All right, Rob the Dark Sider back with you here. Check us out, check me out on YouTube, of course. Our podcast, Jets Fans Uncensored, which is basically just audio recordings of what I'm doing here in podcast form. You can listen to it on all of the podcast stations, Spotify, Apple, Google, anything where podcasts are found. Then, of course, there's the social media stuff. I'm on Facebook. We got the Jets Fans Uncensored page. We have the Rob the Dark Sider page. We have Instagram and, of course, Twitter. Now, I don't know why I'm saying we. It is really just me, although all my buddies and pals is a we in the Jets Fans Uncensored group. Okay, enough of that. Let's talk a little bit about Quinnen Williams today. The Jets picked up Quinnen Williams' option, okay? And I know there's a lot of guys who are like, well, Quinnen Williams is not that good. He shouldn't pick up his option. Well, yeah, they should pick up his option because here's the deal with that option. It's only $10.5 million for his fifth year. And while Quinnen Williams may not be awesome, he may not be like that completely game-changing guy, he is good enough to be worth $10 million, $10.5 million in his fifth year. And there's always a chance that that he gets better when you get some players around him, He's an interior lineman. He probably can't really expect him to be a big sacks guy. There's not a lot of interior linemen that do that. Aaron Donald's side, usually the edge guys do that. Quinnen Williams is an interior guy. He stops the run. He gets to the quarterback sometimes. He is inconsistent, no doubt about it, but he's very good. And to be able to keep him for a fifth year at $10.5 million in that fifth year, for me, is well worth it, okay? The way these rookie contracts work, and here I am back on my soapbox about learning the business side of it. The way these rookie contracts work is that they are given 4-year contracts to start with a team option for the fifth year. Team option. That means the player has no say. The team either picks it up or they don't. Okay. The catch is that fifth year has to be picked up before the fourth season. So this is what we ran into with Darnold last year. And there's no effing way, I'll say it fucking way, the Jets were going to pick up a $23 million option to keep Darnold for year 5 before we even started year 4. And for all you guys screaming about how keep Darnold, build around them, whatever, thank God they didn't do that, because that fifth year is now guaranteed. They would have had to pay this guy $23 million this year. Enough. Okay? No more. Sam Darnold, I'm not going to make this about Sam Darnold, but that is the kind of the dilemma you run into with a fifth-year option is you have to do it before the fourth season and you got to make a decision. If the guy's a superstar, it's a no-brainer. If the guy's not a superstar, it's a little bit more to think about. If the guy's Sam Darnold, you don't think twice. You kick him out the door. You do not pick up that option. Giants are in that position with Daniel Jones now. They are probably going to pick up his option, probably not pick up his option, take a chance that he doesn't perform this year, and they will just cut him next year. He'd actually be a free agent. My bad. So if you do not pick up that fifth-year option, your fourth year is a lame duck year. You can renegotiate for an entirely new contract if you want, which is what Kyler Murray's trying to pull now. Most teams won't do that unless the guy is truly a superstar and a key piece of the team. So the Jets with Quinnen Williams now. Quinnen Williams gets $10.5 million next year. Now that may sound like a lot of money for a guy who's not as super productive as we want him to be, but in the reality of it, it is not. Because if you wanted to franchise Quinnen Williams, right, you would have to pay him as one of the top guys in the league. And the fourth year bonus, the fifth year option, I should say, is based on incentives that the player may or may not have reached. So let's say Quinnen Williams is an interior lineman. They're going to look at the top 20 guys at his position if he hits these incentives. If he does not hit these incentives, they look at the top 25 guys, and then they average that out. So basically what happens is Quinnen Williams did not hit these incentives, if I understood what I read correctly. So Quinnen Williams now will get the average of the 3rd through 25th best players at his position, which apparently is $10.5 million. For me, that's worth it. It's totally worth it. Now, if Quinnen Williams did hit these incentives, it's playing time, it's Pro Bowls, all of that stuff, he would get the average of the 3rd through 20th best players. So doesn't sound like that much of a difference, but 5 players from 20 to 25 could bring that average down fairly dramatically. And I think Quinnen Williams is worth it. I mean, have I said that enough times? Quinnen Williams is worth it. for all the guys who complain about the Jets not signing their players and letting their homegrown talent walk away, this one is for you. Quinnen Williams is a homegrown guy. He was drafted by the Jets, and he wasn't drafted by Joe Douglas, which for me, normally, you come in, you want to clean house on guys that are not yours unless they're like uber productive, and Quinnen Williams is not uber productive, but apparently he's productive enough for Joe Douglas to take a chance, even though he's not necessarily his guy. Now, the rookie salary cap changes every year, just like the salary cap does. So, this will not hold true for guys drafted after Williams. Let's say a Becton in 2020 or Bryce Hill. Now, Bryce Hill's a bad example. He's drafted in the 5th round. Mekhi Becton is going to run into this, I guess, at the end of next year if he stays healthy. Jets are gonna have to make a decision at the end of that 3rd year whether they want to keep him and franchise him or not. Now, his salary is going to be a lot higher because a left tackle is paid a lot more. So the good left tackles are paid a lot more. So the Jets are going to have a lot of decisions to make on Mekhi Becton at the end of next year or beginning of 2023, because that's when they have to decide whether to keep him or not. And unless Mekhi Becton has a huge year this year, I don't think the Jets can pick up his option. So he'll be another gone guy. Okay, that's it for today. Let's don't forget to check me out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course YouTube. If you're already watching on YouTube, please click subscribe, hit a thumbs up, make me make my stuff go to the top, and pass this along to your friends as well. Of course, the best way to grow or biggest compliment you can pay is a referral. So refer me to your friends. Check it out, and I'll be back soon. It's Rob the Darksider.